Hello there, it's summertime. Welcome back to Cooking with Eddie, La Mia Cucina for Memorial Day weekend. I love summer, and I love John Philip Sousa marching music, and it's the official start of summer, and it's Memorial Day. And I just like to say for all those, this is a day to remember those who have served, and I thank them for their service and for those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. That's what today is about, aside from being the official start of summer. So let's remember those who have served us and who serve us now. I hope you're all safe. I know we're still in confinement, most of us. Some of us are going out this weekend to beaches, and the country is opening up slowly, and I hope you're being safe and keeping your distance and wearing masks. I managed to get out and play a little bit of golf last week. Wore my mask. Everyone's social distancing. It seems to be working. I'm going to do it again tomorrow. I'm not going to be crazy about it. I'm a little nervous about it, but I will endeavor to do it some more. So I just hope you're well and safe. So for today, to celebrate Memorial Day weekend and the sort of start of summer, I chose to do some things that in my home is the taste of summer, and that would be tomatoes and basil. So we'll make a little tomato salad, sort of what you might use for bruschetta. In my house, we just made a tomato salad and some bread. We didn't toast the bread, we just sort of sopped it up and used it as an hors d'oeuvre or as a side dish. And I'll make some pesto. And these are the two flavors of summer. Gosh, basil. I have some in the garden, it's not quite ready yet. And I have some tomatoes in the garden, they're obviously not ready, but my arugula is here. So we'll just make some simple side dishes for some, this will be for some pasta, this will be just for the side, and we're going to grill a steak. So that's going to be the menu for Memorial Day, and let's get going. So the ingredients obviously are some fresh basil, about 4 ounces of that, some tomatoes. I like to get the Roma tomatoes, but they're hard to find at the moment. So these are fine, these tomatoes are fine. They're grown in a hothouse. Some garlic, some salt, some pine nuts, and some pecorino romano, oil. That's it. So we'll start by chopping up these tomatoes. We're going to sort of dice them, and then we'll add some oil, some garlic, some salt, pepper, and some basil, and we'll just let that marinate. That's going to be the tomato salad. You've probably had it on bruschetta if you've been to Italy or any kind of Italian restaurant. And pesto is the green sauce that goes on the pasta. So let's start with the tomatoes. I'm going to just cut them up, and we'll take a look in a few seconds when it's all done. Thanks for being back. If you like it, please like it down below, and subscribe. And thanks for keep coming back. I'm still having fun. You got me thinking I've got to come up with more stuff. But this is, to me, this is summer. I'm glad you're here. Okay, so you see I've taken these tomatoes and just cut them in half. I'm just going to cut them in half again and just sort of diced them a little bit, and nice chunks. And it really matters to have a really sharp knife. That's the best thing to have. When cutting tomatoes, the skin can be tough. Well, I know they didn't make this back in Revolutionary War days. They had tomatoes, but they didn't do it Italian style, that's for sure. They were missing out. Tomatoes aren't going to come in until August. So these are hothouse, but they're not bad. I get them at Costco. I'd like to get the Roma tomatoes when they're in, because they're a little beefier. And they're the ones that the sauce is made from, the San Marzano. They start to release the juice. It's really delish, huh? Alright. So you don't need to put any vinegar or anything. You're going to marinate your own juice. So the next thing I'm going to do is take these, I got about 4 cloves of garlic, and I'm going to just press them in there and add some salt and some oil, and that's going to be it. So one of the most important tools you have to have is a garlic press. Very important. It's the first tool I ever got. Just stick the garlic in there and give it a squeeze. It comes out the other end. You could slice it, I suppose, but there we go. Okay. Now, all I'm going to do is add some salt so it'll release some of the juice. Cut up some basil. Oh, that smells so good. Toss that in there. And in my house, this is how you mix it. Oh, put the oil in. That's about a half a cup to start. And that's it. You're just basically gonna toss that. That's how my mother did it. Hands are clean. You already see the juice it's making. And that's just going to sit. Cover that and taste that in a little bit and might adjust the seasoning, but that's it. Tomato salad. Done. We'll move on to the pesto next. Good. Okay, so now we move on to the pesto. So I've taken about 4 ounces of the basil and picked every leaf I could off of it. And that's, about a half a quart, whatever it is, 4 ounces, about a half a bowl of Cucina. I'm taking 2 garlic cloves, throw them in there, and some oil. And I'm just going to sort of pulse this and get it to sort of close to a mayonnaise consistency. I remember put the top on this time. More oil. So this isn't really done by sight, really, by texture. It starts to boil a little bit. And I'm going to add, I'm going to start with maybe that's about a half a cup, not even a little bit, half a cup of this much, a handful. I would do it by hand, but this is how you do it. And if you don't have pine nuts, you could use slivered almonds. You could use walnuts. Pine nuts are a little expensive. I'll put a little more in there. And I'm going to do about the same amount of pecorino romano. What's that, about a half a cup? You can see that sort of a consistency of mayonnaise. I need a spoon here. Here we go. It sort of has a mayonnaise consistency to it. And I just push down the leaves, and that's oh, that's good. That's really nice. And I'll put a little bit more oil in there. You can take this out, put it in a bowl, cover it, stick it in the refrigerator, and when the pasta's ready, just toss it in there. And this will stay for a couple of days too. I'll take a dollop of it, a tablespoon of it or so, put it in about a half a cup, 3/4 cup of mayonnaise, and have some pesto mayonnaise, which is really good. And that's ready, that's it. That's some pesto, the tomato salad, and I'm going to make a steak, steak Fiorentine. I'm just going to take a nice, well, here it is, I'll show you. This is a really nice piece of New York strip, again from Costco. Hard to get, but they were on sale last week. I got a bunch of them stuck in the freezer. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil on this and salt it, and let that sit, and that will be grilled. And then make some pasta. You could make it with penne. You can make it with cavatelli. I wouldn't, rotini. I wouldn't do spaghetti. You want something that's small. You can do it with tortellini, and that'll be your side with the tomatoes and the steak, and you're ready for Memorial Day. And when it's all done, I'll show you what it looks like. Thanks for being here. If you like it, like us down below, subscribe, tell your friends, come on by. La mia cucina, cooking with Eddie. Grazie. Buon appetito. So the really nice thing about these dishes is that you can make them ahead, so that when you're grilling and getting ready for your little barbecue outside, and hopefully eating outside, and we will tonight. The tomato salad's already done, it's marinating. The pesto is here, waiting to go on the pasta. I've actually got the water on for the pasta now. I'll cook it, because you can serve it at room temperature. The stuff is portable. Now, this is steak Fiorentina. This is Florentine steak. It's usually done with a porterhouse, but a really thick piece of meat. I have the New York strip, but this would be with a bone and a sirloin side of it as well, the tenderloin. Really thick, and that's how you want it. Basically, I'm going to baste it with a little bit of olive oil on both sides. Yeah, and I'm going to salt it, and that's basically what I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to grill it on a high heat, and because it's thick, it'll be nice and crunchy on the outside and nice and tender on the inside. And I can just let this sit, and it'll be ready to go, and everything will be done together, because the pasta will be made, and that's going to be steak Fiorentina, and served sliced. This will be enough for like 2 meals, really, with a little bit of lemon. You can squeeze lemon on it. The Italians do that. Steak Fiorentina, tomato insalata di pomodoro, and pasta con pesto. And I'm going to use strozzapreti, which is a priest strangler. They're small, twisted. You can get them online. You're not going to get them in a grocery store. But they stay al dente, and they'll hold some of the pesto. That's it. And we'll see it when it's all done outside. Thank you again. Ciao. So I wanted to show you, this is strozzapreti, Santa Ninfa. You can see it's little twisted pastas, right? I'm going to stick it in the water. And this you can get online. Santa Ninfa, strozzapreti, priest stranglers. This will be the pasta. You'll see it has nice little curves to it. It'll hold some of that pesto in there. All right, in it goes. We'll be back. Okay, the pasta's done. I cooked it al dente about 12 minutes. Put a little dollop of butter in there. And now I'm going to just, combine it. Take the pesto, and take about half of it. Swirl it around in there. See what that's going to look like. Get that nice green color going. Get it closer. There we go. All right. I'm going to save just a dollop so I can make some mayonnaise. There you go. That's it. I mean, that is pasta strozzapreti con pesto. Now, I made this for my cousins in the south, in Irpinia. Pesto comes from Genoa, and it is a northern dish. So when I made this in the south, I said, "Why are you eating this green pasta? What is this?" They don't eat outside the region. At least the old folks don't. That would be my generation. And that's it. I'm going to put it in this wonderful green bowl. And that can sit and be ready for dinner. I don't think I'm feeding an army. There you have it. Strozzapreti con pesto. We'll move on to the steak and you'll see the whole thing when it's all done. Un vino. We're getting there. Buon appetito. Memorial Day. Grilling Italian style. Excellent. Well, there it is. Steak fiorentina, bistecca fiorentina, pasta con pesto, insalata di pomodoro. This is Memorial Day weekend and grill Italian style. Thank you for being here. Please be safe. Wear a mask. I know we're seeing each other more often. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. I love, and in the words of my very favorite movie, the opening line, I believe in America. Buon appetito, happy Memorial Day, happy summer. Thanks for being here.